Hi guys, welcome to our Tuesday Zoom Leadership Zooms. I am super excited to have not only Regional Vice President Blanca, who's going to be opening up, and amazing Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. Whoop whoop. If for those of you that don't know Raymond actually lives up in Sacramento, and I go way back with Raymond. I met him a long time ago, gosh, if you could remember when, but every year we seem to run into each other at GTC after either at Whole Foods picking up food or somewhere on the lines of at GTC. If you don't know what GTC is, that means you're fairly new, and you will get to sign up and register November 1st for your first GTC, which is our global training convention in Las Vegas. So that's going to be super fun. And so with that, we actually have the amazing Blanca, who's going to be opening up. And just so you know a little bit about Raymond, he works in immigration services consulting, and he has been doing that for, I want to say, over 20 years in Sacramento. And he's full-time, and he's also an area manager with Arbonne, building his region and nation to be. So I'm super excited to have a male's perspective on growing his business and with longevity, and of course, lots of tips that he's going to be answering as you have any questions for him. Why don't you go ahead and start typing them on chat so we can go ahead and do that. Take it away, Blanca.
All right. So welcome everyone to our transformation to the top, all the good stuff Tuesday. Anything that rhymes with the letter T, that is amazing. Tuesday call. I'm excited for this, and thank you, Raymond. I made you French now. Thank you, Raymond. And so to open it up, Artie and I have been chatting about all the good stuff that we want to share with you from our experiences. And this is a conversation I want you to have with yourself. However I sound when I speak to you, know that that's how I speak to myself. So it really helps me a lot. And I've even already said, damn, you're rough on yourself, girl. And I'm like, yes, I need the talk. So I'm going to just give it to you the way I give it to myself. Where are you in your goals in your business for the rest of the year, for the rest of the time you have your business between now and the end of this year? So I know many of us are used to hearing, are you a walker in Arbonne? Are you a jogger? Are you a sprinter? We're going to give you some different, a different perspective on that. I want you to know that as you grow your business, whether you're brand new or have a team already, it doesn't matter. The team of one is always the main one. You, me, working our own personal business. What category are you in? You have to understand that out of 100% of the people on your team, let's come to terms that 80% of those awesome people are here for the community. They're here to show up. They're here to make an extra $50, $48, if it get, $200 maybe. They're here to have maybe 4 get-togethers a month, and they are okay with that. And you, me, as a person leading our team, we want to have the knowing of who our 80%ers are. Because if they're struggling and wondering why they're not growing really big, and they're thinking that they're not sure about where to even start, you're thinking, well, they're kind of acting like an 80%er. Maybe I need to have a talk to them so they know where they want to be and match the goals. Know that 80% of the people in our business are going to be happy showing up to everything and not starting anything. Do not be frustrated. Love them because they are important for your business. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't know how to coach people. We wouldn't know how to grow ourselves. And guess what? The more you pour love into them and belief, and you know what? Call them up. How are you doing? What's going on? Because we're here to make friendships as well. If you have a DA that you're doing or a group presentation that you're doing, invite somebody from your 80% group and say, hey, do you want to come with me? Do you want to come with what I'm doing? And maybe them watching you and doing more, eventually they will believe that they are capable and they'll jump in and do it. 15%. 15% of the people on our team are the people that are going to want to be very consistent in their business. These are the people that are probably will hit area manager and will be happy there. You know, they love having 4 or 5, maybe 8 things on their calendar. They get their asking gear. Sometimes they go to the conference, sometimes they don't. And that's okay if they don't. We still love them, right? They probably, you know, get the conference on that $99 live. Maybe they're not ready to be fully inconvenienced with what it takes to build this business to the top. And guess what? That's okay. That's okay. It really is. And then you have your crazies, your 5%ers. Your 5%ers are like, to the top, let's do this. I am going right now. Babe, you make dinner tonight. I won't be here. I won't be here tomorrow either. You've got the kids. I can't pick them up from school because I got this going on. I'm going to go meet somebody in Victorville, and that person is going to be having 3 get-togethers. I might spend the night over there. That person is on a mission to go VP. If you remember our call from last week with Brenda, when she was almost losing her area, she was like, what am I doing? I think she was a 15%er. And then she realized, wait a second, I don't want to be a 15%er. I need to go full force. And look what happened. She ended up building a region because she went as, so yes, there are inconveniences. So if you are not ready to be inconvenienced, you're not a bad person. You know, no, that's okay. And let's say you're like, well, I'm okay with being inconvenienced. Just show me what to do. Okay, I'll show you what that looks like. So have that conversation with yourself. See where you fall. See what goals you want to make happen. See where you fall under that. And if you find that you're a 15%er, but you want to be a 5, call your sponsor. Call the person in your business that is working harder than you are and be like, I want to be a crazy 5%er like you. I'm going to start running with what you're doing. Invite me to everything you're doing, and I'm going to make sure I have people there. Have that conversation with yourself. Then look at your current team and have the conversations with them. Like, where do you want to be? Because I want to know how to best serve you, right? So I'm going to leave you with that. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Raymond. Raymond, palmas, this way. Hey, what's up? There you go. Take it away, my friend. Unmute your.
Okay, thank you very much. I thank you for inviting me. I am in Sacramento, and I'm an area manager. I've been doing Arbonne, or growing my business, for about 7 years now. And before that, I had heard about Arbonne 2 years prior. My cousin up in Chico was trying to get me to use her products, and at the time I was super stressed out and didn't have time for anything else. But she kept insisting, and for 2 years. And it wasn't until I found out that she had protein. Believe it or not, she was coming at me with skincare. And at the time, I had no need for skincare. My Gillette aftershave was all I needed, and just any bar of soap would do to wash my face, if I even got to that. But that all changed when I was introduced to the Arbonne protein and the vegan protein. And then when I did the 30 Day to Fitness, that was like game on. I wanted to share this with all of my friends. They were, all commenting on my social media. They were asking me, all my high school friends were all asking me, what I was doing to keep up. I just would refer them to I decided to say, okay, well, let's listen to the business part of this. And that's when I paid attention to my sponsor and started finding an interest in doing more than just buying and sharing, but to actually grow a business in it. And so I was listening to the numbers, and it sounded pretty good and very doable. And so I decided to, at that point, just decide to really start doing it as a business. I started going to GTC. I started to plug into my upline. And just like Blanca was saying, I wanted to do whatever all the successful people were doing to grow their businesses. And so there's plenty of mentors. I consider Hortensia and Blanca a mentor as well. I watch them, I talk to them, and I follow what successful people are doing. So Anyway, I guess what I what I do to fit Arbonne into my business life is I have as much activity as I can for my Arbonne business after my 9 to 5 job, and it's really I have my own office and I run my own business, but it keeps me busy. I work on a lot of immigration cases, and I plug people into different resources in the community. So I work with the immigrant community, and for the past 7 years, I've accumulated a lot of team members, some that are interested in purchasing, others that are in it for the business as well. But everybody on my team speaks Spanish. So it's interesting when Artie told me, Ray, it's time to step it up. I am leaving my comfort zone and now going to just making it all inclusive, everybody included, not just who I'm talking to on a daily basis, but people that I don't talk to on a daily basis, and making that effort. And so what I've been doing is I try to have as many opportunities and as many healthy living presentations as I can. The way I do that is by inviting everybody to come on a weekly basis to a meeting. And the meeting's ongoing. I mean, it's always on Saturdays, Saturday mornings. And if I can't be there, there are other team members that'll keep it going, but at least I can invite people, guests and so forth to go. And I know that they'll be taken care of. And so it's basically a healthy living presentation. And it's all talking about our 30-Day to Fit program. But because of where we do this, we don't really talk about Arbonne until after people show an interest in actually, we can see that there is either interest in doing something different, such as a business, or doing a 30-Day to Fit program, or anything else, skin regimen or anything else that we could help them with at that point. But it's a place for lots of people to come, get together, share. And people feel comfortable inviting other friends and to these Saturday morning get-togethers, and we just meet and greet and talk. And we do have a theme every month. Last month, September was October is the month for breast cancer awareness. So this whole month, that was the topic, and how it all plugs into healthy living, and our 30-Day to Fit program fits perfectly into that. We have members that are breast cancer survivors that will offer their testimony and hook them up with resources and so forth. And we all learn. We're like put on this super highway of now getting to this information really quickly. And so with that, it creates excitement, and more people come to it more easily. We do talk, and we do make other presentations besides that. So that's just like an invitation for everybody. It's like a club. Come to Vida Saludable and be healthy. And so that's what I've been doing. And in that, I've gotten lots of responses, people that actually plug in, because we put these meetings up on Facebook. We have sometimes we put lives on them, sometimes we don't, but we do always put a story up, and we share photos and ideas that are tied to the topics. And so with that, I've gotten people from outside the state, in other states, to actually respond, and I've gotten clients and consultants out of it as well. So it's something that, but again, it's within that same community. So I'm trying to work out and get out of that now, and try other ideas as well. So, and including having my own get-togethers at my place, and doing everything that we're supposed to be doing, with all our follow-up and everything. But that's how I manage my business.
Very cool. If you guys have any questions?
If you guys have any questions, You know what? There's a bunch of stuff going up here. I haven't even been reading this, but
Well,
let's
I was just
see.
kind of recapping you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah.
and then I mentioned the book that Blanca was mentioning notes from, the Thompson Rule book, and then I was just kind of recapping what you were saying, how you build it after your 9 to 5 on Saturdays, you have something consistently, which is totally key. You're doing awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so just having that base, that consistency, and like I said, I can't always be there every Saturday, and especially like if I have another event that's going on, like an Alma training in Irvine, then I have other people that will keep it going.
Yeah.
And it's just like an ongoing, and it's a way to meet people for me. And
yeah. So would you say that most of your the people that you're meeting um are you, when you're out and about, have you been bold and have you been like me and Blanca, just sparked up a conversation just to add in your Arbonne story?
I've been doing that more and more nowadays, and so and so like for example, earlier this week, or I'm sorry, last week, I had met someone at the gym by doing that, and that's not something that I usually do, but now I've been doing that, and so now this person is interested, and so we've started the contacts, and so going back and forth and so forth. So yeah.
Perfect. Um, I know some people were asking me earlier, like, do you lead with the healthy nutrition pack? Did that make it easier for your business to grow? As a male, sharing as you're out and about and talking about the business, is it easier for you to just share the nutrition first and then the rest of the products with people?
Definitely. That's how I got started with it, is by trying out the nutrition and everything, and that's what I feel most confident in. But I mean, I do makeup as well, and I do our traditional Discover Arbonnes, where we talk about both the beauty from the inside and out. But especially when I speak to other males, yeah, I will talk about what they're doing for workouts, how they staying fit, how they staying younger for next year, and they'll share their tips and so forth, and then it sparks the conversation, and we go on from there.
Mm-hmm.
So, hi, this is Cynthia. I have a question for you.
Hi, Cynthia.
Hi. Thank you for sharing, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome.
What percentage of your consultants are men versus women?
The men, I have not had success in keeping them on the team. So they come on, but they'll do the 30-day to fit program. They'll hang around and they'll come to the Saturday things. But I would say 10% of the males that come in are males. And usually the women will come in and then they'll bring the men with them. And so once they meet me, and then they come to see what their wives are doing and their interests and why they're talking, and then they'll start talking to me. And then usually I meet men through other women.
Okay. And that's probably about, I would give yourself some grace, right? I wouldn't say only 10%. That's probably about the average in Arbonne overall. So good job.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I guess that most of my clients that I deal with, the immigration, tend to be men, and the men that are in the field that I'm working with are more interested in starting healthy living so that they feel better at work and they could be better providers. Because the work that they do is very physical. They're landscapers or they're construction or agriculture, And so it's important to them to stay strong and healthy. So they're really into the nutrition program that we have, you know, the PhytoSport line, the protein that we have, the vitamins and so forth. But like I said, it's they will buy, but it's the women that usually, for me, that tend to be more into the work, into actually building the business from it, and in just that, in that markets segment, I guess, what I do with immigration. So I not only help the Hispanic community, I also do Southeast Asian and the Russian community here as well. But for some reason, it's more the Hispanics that tend to go for the network marketing or for the 30 fit programs.
I have a question, Ray. It's really loud. Sorry, this is Debbie. I'm driving. That's why it's you don't see me. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you, Debbie.
Okay. Hi. How are you? I wanted to ask you how you build in. So I know it sounds like you're not advertising as Arbonne, right? So how do you build that conversation in, and do you need then have an Arbonne conversation separately outside of where because it sounds like you're not flying it as Arbonne, right? So how do you kind of transition that?
Yeah, because of the space that we have, it's a really nice facility that we have, and we've had access for all these years to it. We cannot really push, or if someone complains that we're connected or we're pushing products, and there's a risk that we might lose having that space open. And so what we do is we invite them to a healthy living presentation. And so at the healthy living presentation, we present, you could do this naturally, you know, you buy your own whole foods, you buy everything, and we'll still coach and teach you. There's plenty of other people that have been doing this for years that are in the group that can help guide and coach and so forth. They connect with whoever they feel comfortable with. But if they say this is too hard, too difficult, then they'll say, okay, well, let's speak to a consultant that can guide you into an easier way. And it's really doing the Arbonne 30 is a lot cheaper than having to go out and buy whole foods, organic, and learning how to cook and prepare all that stuff and have it not go to waste and so forth. It's just so much more easier. And a lot of the guys that do start will prefer to do it that way, especially if they're taking care of their own meals and so forth while they're at lunch or whatever. So that's when then we do a separate either a one-on-one or they will invite me to their house, and they'll invite other friends and family to come in, and then we'll do a 30-day program with the Arbonne DA attached to it. So yes, where we're meeting in the community center, we cannot push or advertise or do any of that. But then what it does for me is that it opens my it opens me up to other people that are coming to this, and it's not only just me, but it's people that are on my team, other people that are connected to our group and so forth. So, and then but I always invite other consultants in the area to come over as well. So everybody's invited. It's just all together. Everybody's better.
I have a quick question. This is a personal one. What is your personal goal between now and GTC 2020? What do you want your personal business to look like?
I want it to expand immensely. It's just that finding the time right now to squeeze all that in. And what I want to do is, like my day is so valuable to me. What I do between 8 to 5 is so important. So either I'm growing or getting my one business going or the other, whatever I do with either one is really, really important. So what I want to do is just squeeze in more Arbonne time. And this is the time. This is the time for me to do it because my immigration business is seasonal. So when the weather starts to getting cold, when it's difficult to do work outside, then my clients don't have that work. So their business, their cash flow slows down. So they're not able to make as many appointments and so forth. So then that I'm able to spend more time now in Arbonne. So yeah, I want to, be on that stage doing my wings out there like Blanca and having.
Well, now I made it clear how I want all of our people to walk that stage. So that's what I
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, if you want some tips on how to squeeze Arbonne, you can text Artie, text me, text anyone here, because it is crazy. And the people that have inspired me to squeeze more Arbonne in are the ones that have like triple the calendar in other careers. And they still make it work here. And I'm just like, that's a single mom with 5 kids and she's got 2 jobs. How the heck did she go region? Yeah. So know that those people are there. And what I tell myself is my issue right now, somebody else is figuring it out. I got to figure it out. And we want to walk that stage. We want to be growing and we want to be expanding. There's going to be a lot of getting uncomfortable. That's that 5%, that 5%, but it's so worth it later. Yeah. It's so worth it. And no matter what level we're all in, I mean, Artie, Cynthia, all of us, we're all still working our personal business like it's nobody's business, because that's the one that matters, our personal business, and having everyone else join us with that. Thank you for answering that.
So, Raymond, we're walking the stage, okay?
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, Debbie, we are.
Wait, plenty of time.
Ya dijiste.
Awesome. Well, I want to close out. We have another Zoom at 8:30. So I want to close out with some, thank you so much, Raymond, for your time. I know you're tired from working and you still made it happen tonight with us. So thank you so much. I'm super grateful for you. So tonight I want to close out with a quote, and I'm going to give you some examples of what you can do for the next 3 days to close out strong in your month. And like Blanca said, you get to choose where you want to be, and you get to be you get to choose which percentage you want to be a part of. So one of the quotes that I found on the internet, I can't remember who posted this, but it says, the signature of mediocrity is inconsistency, but excellence is relentless consistency. So I'm going to give you ideas for the last 3 days. And this is for manifesting QV. Some of us are setting ourselves up for the next month, and some of us are just sitting back, might maybe just be watching the people setting up for the next month, and that's okay. You get to decide in this business, right? So number 1, this is an awesome way of reaching out to people that that can connect you with people. So one of the things that this person that posted this said is to get in touch with a wedding planner and offer a complimentary Arbonne facial for brides and their bridal parties. Number 2, get in touch with wedding planners to see how we can help them offer vegan party gifts ideas for their guests, and see what else they need that may be helpful to them and that you can deliver to them. Number 3, check out companies with health programs. I know I've done plenty of these throughout my 13 years in Arbonne, is speaking to HR people to offer them a free talk on clean eating challenges with samples for people to try. I do a healthy happy hour DA. Number 4, contact PCs to see who would host a business talk, clean eating challenge, or toss the toxins out. I know Cynthia just had one of those, and she brought I don't know what it's called, the witch's brew pot, and everybody was putting in their makeup, their toxic makeup in there. And you could offer anything you want. In this case, if you're placing reorders, you can do 125 worth of products for $30 for those people that switch their makeup or their skincare, right? That's all in a presentation. So if you don't know how to do that, that's okay. Get with the person that sponsored you or the person above them who's working their business. And number 5 is host an open house featuring the holiday line with door prizes. I know a lot of you are doing that already. Number 6, do a 3-question survey of your This is funny. Do a 3-question survey of your MIA team members to see what they do, what they, I can't even read tonight. What do they need to be inactive in Arbonne? What mode of communication works best for them? Text, email, calls. That way you can get back into communication with them, and how you can help them achieve their why. So that's a pretty cool one, right? Because you can circle back to those people, like Blanca said in the beginning. Number 7 is keep your energy positive. Like attracts like. Anything other than positivity is a distraction, your ego, or the enemy, etc., from your goal. Feelings come and go. Don't be like your feelings. Okay, that's all I got. You guys have a great night, and let's make it happen. We have 3 days to go. Anything I'm here for. 3-day Zooms. I'm sorry, 3-day Zooms. I'm here for 3-way Zooms. I don't drink a fizzy. Can you tell? I'm only on, oh my gosh, I'm only on 1 fizzy today. This is crazy. No wonder I forgot it. My mind health too. All right, guys. Well, have a great night. Thanks again.